Good morning and welcome to Monday. And if you watch Friday's video, I talked about the preview of Joseph's life, and now we are going to get into the story of Joseph, and we'll be into that story for the next couple weeks. So it's a great story of excitement, of sadness, of disappointment, of perseverance, and just lots of ups and downs. But most of all, it's a story of God's faithfulness and God redeeming what's broken and lost. So let's start. We're going to look at Genesis chapter 37, verses 1 through 11. So go ahead and read that on your own. And here we meet Joseph. And Joseph is 17 years old about this time. And Joseph was the son of Rachel, the favorite wife, and Israel, Jacob. And so Jacob is not quiet about showing favoritism. It's very obvious to the other brothers that Joseph is the favored one. In fact, he gives him this garment, and this garment is one of multiple colors, this robe. And this robe shows, it's not just this regular robe, like this nice jacket, right? There's significance to this robe. What this robe is saying, this is talking about, even though he's the 11th son, this is a robe that shows that this person is going to receive inheritance, right? That's what it's showing. It's showing privilege and status. And it's also not a working man's garment, right? And so I think about all the 10 brothers who are out working the fields, and here's this 17-year-old guy, younger brother, coming to check up on him, up on the brothers. And so you know already that that's not going to sit right? So they're working the fields, they're working the animals, getting their hands dirty, and here's this 17-year-old kid with this nice robe, going out to supervise his brothers. So he goes and he gives his dad a bad report, right? And then he comes back, and so they hate him even more, right? It's no surprise. Joseph is not winning any good feelings towards his brother. And so things have gotten bad and they're getting worse, right? So he's already the favored one. They know that. And Joseph flaunts this, right, by this robe that his dad gave him. And then he gives his dad a bad report, which is even worse, right? And then here comes the nail in the coffin, so to speak, for Joseph's relationships with his brothers. So he has this dream, and this dream, there's 2 dreams, go ahead and read it. And the first dream basically is saying that it's these bundles of wheat, that these wheats are bowing down to this one wheat. And so basically what he's saying is, you're going to bow down to me, you're going to serve me. And of course they didn't like that. And then he has a second dream, and it's stars and the sun and moon, shining around him. And then so he tells his dad, and his dad doesn't like this dream either, because he's saying, what, me and your mom are going to bow down before you, right? And so there's a couple things here that let's look at. First of all, Jacob shows a bad example of managing his kids, right? We saw that before and how he didn't really supervise and care for and take care of Dinah. But also, his favoritism is blatant. I mean, just favoring this one son over the rest of his sons is not a good thing here, not a good example for us to follow. And secondly here, also putting him in a position of authority over his older sons, of going and supervising them and giving them a bad report. That's also. And so we see some things here that are not good for Jacob. But let's look at Joseph. So Joseph was not innocent in all this, right? Because he most likely had a lot of pride, because he knew he was the favored one, right? He was put in this position to oversee his brothers, with being the youngest, not having probably experience working the fields like his brothers had. And his dreams were for him, but he didn't consider how the dreams would sound to others. So that's what I'm going to leave us with today. So be careful who you share your dreams with, right? God may give you dreams, and they're great. Let's nurture them. Let's cultivate them. But let's be careful also who we share our dreams with, because not everybody might show favor towards them or understand them, right? Or maybe a champion of them. So we will see how these dreams, His word is going to come true, and we're going to see how these dreams are going to come to fruition in the next couple weeks. Have a good day, and remember, 5 minutes in the Word can change your life.